How important is it to have life insurance? It's crucial, according to professional race car driver Danica Patrick. She knows firsthand because as teenagers, both her parents lost their fathers and neither had that life insurance. Joining us today to talk about it this morning are Abe Ashton and Nick Strobelt of Ashton Strobelt. They're fondly referred to as Southern Nevada's retirement brothers, and they're also retirement advisors and radio show hosts as well. They're so multi-talented.
Oh, yes, they are. And they're joining us with style this morning. Good morning. Welcome back, gentlemen.
Good morning. How are you guys? Thanks for having us back.
Thanks for giving a little shout out to the Shine Gold.
You like this?
It's a hot look.
Yeah.
Thank you. I think I'm going to keep it on. This is what you get for leaving things on the table.
There we go. And
we're talking about life insurance, so I thought I'd wear my gold shades just to remind my wife how rich her next husband's going to be when I die.
Wow.
Wow. Whoa.
You know, just trying to keep it real.
That is very
Keep it
real.
real. Gold-plated pajamas and gold-plated shades.
My goodness.
Okay, I'm going to
Okay.
keep it real. So September is actually Life Insurance Awareness
Did you
Month.
know that?
Well, I do now.
You do now.
I did
Right.
once
Says it
right there. That's how we know.
read my script.
Listen, if that's on your calendar somewhere, and you know that this is September's Life Insurance Awareness Month, then you must need to get a better life than that. I mean,
Or at least a new calendar.
I can't wait, September 1st.
Well, listen, obviously there's a desire to build awareness about why life insurance is so important. Am I right?
Yeah, there is. And in life insurance, unfortunately, if buying life insurance or choosing a life insurance plan was as easy as going on Amazon.com, I think a lot more people would have it. You know, they'd say, okay, I've got a need for something and I'm just going to buy it. It's like buying a new pair of Nike shoes or whatever. You just go on
Free
Zappos
shipping.
and do it. But when it comes to life insurance, people, one, don't want to talk to a life insurance salesperson. You know, that's the first thing you think of when you hear about life insurance. I don't want to talk to a life insurance salesman. I don't want to get sold something I don't need. But there really are some significant reasons that you need life insurance. Sean is a good example. He's got a newborn coming in a couple months.
November,
right? Coming up, and all of a sudden you think, okay, it's not just about me, and if something happens to me, I need a plan. I need to make sure there's some financial situation in place for my heirs if I get hit by a car, if there's an accident, or whatever. Another reason is to pay for taxes. If you are getting later on in life and you have a sizable estate and you need to pay for taxes. Another reason is sometimes you can use life insurance as an investment, a tax-free retirement plan. And in that case, it can be a great tool. The problem is do you want to sit down with someone and go through all this and feel like you're getting the used car sales pitch?
I've been in one of those.
Right?
And it's so uncomfortable.
It's awful.
Yes.
It's awful. And the truth is insurance salesmen are unfortunately infamous for overselling what someone is really needing.
No question.
Right? Let's take example, and I'll let you talk in a couple days.
You're doing great.
We'll get to you in a second. But let's just take your situation. You've got a baby coming up, and you say, okay, you know what? It's important for me to have a plan for this child, for the family, and for the situation. In this case, maybe you only need a 20-year term policy, right? Get this child grown through college or up to college age, and you think, I don't need to pay for a whole life policy that's super expensive.
So explain the difference between term and whole life.
Okay, so a term is a policy that you have for a certain period of time, very inexpensive.
And that's what people suggest, I hear.
That's the best thing to have when you're using it to protect a timeline.
Gotcha.
In this case, your child, while it's still in its growing and raising years and under your tutelage, you know, where you're raising your child.
Yeah.
And so for that term policy, it's going to pay for 20 years if something happens to you, but for you, it may be like $20 a month for $500,000. So it's not very expensive.
Not at all.
It's easy to have, and it's an important thing to have. Where a whole life policy for $500,000 might be a $200 or $300 a month commitment. And now you're saying, I don't know if I need the whole life. This was just to raise a family, and yet the guy who wants to sell it to you, who's looking at the bigger commission, wants to sell you the $200 or $300 a month plan, even though you need the $20 a month insurance. Does that make sense?
Exactly.
So that's where it's important that people get an honest answer to the type of life insurance they need in their specific situation. And there's lots of situations, but we like to help people avoid that kind of uncomfortable, it's time to be sitting down with a salesman for life insurance.
Yeah, and you don't always need life insurance as well. There is a point where you're self-funded, where your investments and your savings have accrued enough where you can cancel your policy and be self-funded because it's only to take care of your life while you're still, low in assets.
Of course.
Exactly right.
And, well, your term is a lot less expensive the younger you are.
Way less expensive. They call life insurance a premium. Because as you pay a premium, if you're paying a premium when you're buying a house, it means you're paying an extra cost for something. I'm paying a premium for that lot. If you're paying for a premium for life insurance, it means you're paying someone else a premium to do something that, like Nick said, you hope to be able to do later on in the future because your house is paid off, you've got money in the bank, you've got savings. I don't need to pay a premium to a third party to do that for me any longer.
I think you hit on something really important, and that is I'm afraid of being oversold.
Yeah.
Right? And I just don't know how to navigate it. So it really is about going to someone you trust.
Yeah, coming
for
to somebody you
this,
trust
right?
that says, hey, this is not about selling you the life insurance I want to sell you. It's about talking about your situation and finding the life insurance, if any, that you need for what you're trying to accomplish.
You offer one-on-one consultations for people to try to figure out what what their plan is and where they're at.
Right, because people say, well, how much life insurance do I need? What is the thing? And in a simple situation, you could say, well, 5 times your annual salary. You know, if you're looking at the type of income you have, let's make sure you have at least 5 times through a term policy. And people are blown away at how inexpensive it is for that type of a policy. If you say, no, I want it as an investment and I want to shock away about $1,500 a month, there's a whole different plan for that. But somebody shouldn't be sold that when they're just looking for something for the next 10 or 20 years.
See, the word insurance, I think, strikes fear in the hearts of many. But you have like renter's insurance, huge, super inexpensive. Term life, oh my goodness. If something does happen, you will have wished you'd gotten it.
Yep, and if you have I had a little cancer scare last summer, and they took a melanoma off my back, but all of a sudden, I was no longer insurable for life insurance.
Of course
Just
not.
like that. I'm doing fine, I'm healthy, but the insurance companies say, not you anymore, no longer, and all of a sudden, I'm glad that I had the insurance set up while I was still healthy.
Yeah, a lot of people think we're immortal. We can just live forever and death is never going to come to us. But, you know, I have a couple of family members that passed away in their 40s without life insurance. And it hit our family close to home knowing that they were in that struggle. And everyone should have some.
You guys, thank you so much for all this great information. And people can email you with questions, right?
Always.
Yes, and you have a special going right now.
Yeah, we do have a special. For the first 15 callers, we're going to offer a complimentary life insurance review. We sit down and take a look at what you already have, if you have some, or review your needs or do an analysis on what would be the best life insurance under your circumstance, and we'll definitely give them the best product for their needs, not the best one to make somebody a bunch of money as a commission.
That's awesome. Gentlemen, great having you. Thank you so much.
Yes, if you have any more questions about life insurance, or the life insurance you currently have, if you want to take the step and get some life insurance for the first time, Abe and Nick are offering a one-on-one consultation free of charge today for the first 15 callers. The number to call is right there, right on your screen.
And in the meantime, you could also learn more about Ashton Strobel by visiting their website, ashtonstrobel.com. You can hear them on the radio. They are omnipresent. They're everywhere.